love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the sand and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get those running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. Finds some time. Now he'll fire back into the middle. And that is such an accurate throw. It just from the pocket. When you get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time. And the offense gets a huge. Looking to pass, it's Nussmeier. Throws to the tight end. Got it around the three. The sophomore making a big play and following in that pass. That's a head coach you love it for the world. Big opening drive for a touchdown. Really nice throw on that last play. Here's the second drive. He's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy is coming into this game right now. And they'll stop him after he fell. By the defense.
I was in prison. I had came home in Prince. I got out in 2017. Wow.
The Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well. Offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Orji. Throws to the tight end. Caught over the middle. It's Gums. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score. But, man, you've done yourself an early hole. And this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half. So create some momentum now while you can.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
So now it's 2nd and long. Trying play action. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Finds his man. It's Thomas. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team?
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. 3rd in California is hard to complete and it's hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that 3rd down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Someone not clear on the snap count, it'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Yeah.
It's 4th and 15, but the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Pumps it downfield. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the 1st half because the offense is trying to march down the field and trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the 1st half.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Here comes the heat. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the back. With the catch, it's Durham. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
And one of the things things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
Absolutely center cut. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. And the Tigers will boot it away to start the second half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabs it in the middle. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route run. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
They'll run it from the gun. The Rebels pick up the first down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the...
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. And the Rebels in the hurry up.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch them sleeping.
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A third down and long situation coming up. They'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback upright.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Making side adjustments here. He'll need some juice in that arm on third and long. Makes the grab down the middle. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Gets drilled as he releases it. The ball just trickles to the ground.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of...
Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Illinois Fighting Illini, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Buckeyes will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments. They put a stop to that return at the 22. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Running it to the right. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35.
You want to settle everybody in on the road? You want to take the nerves away? Run the football. Really, really good job. The offensive line, they're physical and nasty. They're not nervous. They're not worried about this crowd getting loud. They just want to hit you right in the mouth, and they started the game off with some good physicality.
Try to get it to the edge. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The trophy that the Buckeyes and Illini play for, the Illibuck, guys, is a giant wooden turd.
Imagine that, man. You're having to put your trophies in a water tank and feed it. It's probably the only trophy that ever had that ability. It's incredible. It was nurtured. Maybe a little bit different story now, David, but that is pretty cool history, Reese.
Yeah, and I guess you really only need one turtle every 100 years, so the trophy's not expensive. I guess you just got to take care of it, and every year you pass a live living animal. That's why they changed it.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six, so nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Illinois picked up the first down. Now here they come again. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Right back to it. Crosses the 30 to the 29 before he stopped. Pick up a 5 on the play. It's a first down.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play-action game.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Tight end finds a soft spot. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short.
What a job by this defense. What a response to some early success for the offense, shutting them down on 3rd and goal. And now I think it's decision time for this offense, and this crowd is going to help you out because they are going bananas.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on 4th down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
To the air, it's Sayed. Got his man quickly. At the 15, he's loose. They finally get to him. A lot of play there to pick up the 1st down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield here.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. This rivalry more than a century old, with the Buckeyes dominating most of the time, guys.
And just think about that. All this time, these Ohio State and Illinois fans have been talking about and looking forward to this rivalry. To your point, absolutely. Ohio State, more often than not, has been on the winning side of it. And Illinois now, David, they're going to be trying to create a little new trend here.
Yeah, try to get some motion. Try to get some momentum on their side. Try to change this rivalry. Listen, it starts one at a time, right? Like the old coaches speak, we got to throw out those records from 100 years ago. They don't matter. Let's dominate today.
The Buckeyes need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but what an opportunity here from the 23-yard line.
And that is elite 3rd down defense. First of all, you get him in 3rd and long, and then you look to the go-to guy, Jesse. I am committing my resources to him because I know he's a freak, and I know you as a quarterback, you're trying to find that dude.
Yeah, and it's hard, 3rd in California, to convert that. Doesn't matter how good your receiver is. And this dude's obviously one of the best in the country. But the defense, they were all over it. They were ready for it. They get the big hit.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell. But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They'll run play action. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And is slips just inside that right upright. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Give to the running back. At the 35, he's got room. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. At the 20. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and that kick shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Back to pass, it's Altmaier. Looking to the big tight end. Right in lockstep there with the receiver.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
They boot it away on 4th down. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The lone back's got it. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
You know, if you want to run the ball up the middle, you're going to have to block that guy. I mean, nobody even touched him, and he slanted right into the backfield, made the tackle for loss.
They go right back to it. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
Illinois has it teed up, ready to start the second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Peoples. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big...
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, fighting Illini. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep two hands on the ball. That time, he got hit, the ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Sayin. They're setting up the screen. Wide open spaces. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held onto it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He'll set up to throw. Caught in the sticks. It's Peoples. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Tate. Oh, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. They run the reverse. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. A loss of 5 on that play.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections. But the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead. And a lot of times for a loss and put the offense in a bind.
So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Yeah, and how about the offense, man? You run a little play action. I can just tell you, 3rd and long, as a pass rusher, I'm going to get the quarterback. I don't care about the play action. I'm not biting on it, and neither did the defense.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Snap to the back. There he goes. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. Illinois, after that big gainer, might want to see if that works again. Dropping back, it's Altmaier. Rushes on him. Oh, and he got drilled. Rid of the football.
And finally the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Going up top again. Makes the catch. It's Clement. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Now, I like what this offense did, man. They stayed aggressive. They were trying to get the first down through the air. But here's the good thing now. You punt the football away. You trust your defense. You got the lead late in this football game. One more stop, and there's a good chance you get the W.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Kearney on the Jets. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking left. Makes a connection. Touchdown Illini. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Might be calling a hot route. To throw, it's Sayin. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He's got it inside the 25. sees him in open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Now from inside the red zone. Unloads to the wideout. Stopped right at the 2-yard line after the catch, and it'll be 1st down, goal to go. He'll do it himself on the draw. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Going to sling it on 2nd down. He's going for the goal line. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the end zone for a touchdown, and there's still a hill to climb, but they are still fighting, staggering, stumbling, but still upright and not finished yet.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you've got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
Almost had the completion. Just missed it. Just under 40 seconds to go, and it's going to come down to whether they can get this onside kick to have a shot. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
And this is why you keep fighting. You just got your score on offense. Now you needed a miracle to come through with the onside kick so you can get one more possession to maybe go win this football game. Nice execution. And guess what? There's still time left on the clock.
Wide open downfield. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those 1st downs. Get those big chunks.
Looking downfield, it's Sayin. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
You've got to be impressed by what you've seen from this defensive line in the game, because they're getting to the quarterback, they're getting sacks, and when they can't get there, they're putting their arms up and they're batting balls down. So impressive watching this D-line go to work.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Here's a heat. Going right and going deep. He's got it for a big play. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a 1st down there in plus territory, and now threatening to get the score. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Might be changing the route. He's looking to throw. Quarterback moving. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
What a great job by the quarterback. He had to be pinpoint accurate on that touchdown pass, giving his offense the lead here with just seconds to go in the game.
And it's good, and he's got the lead up to 3 late. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a way to end it with what is likely the game winner in the final seconds. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. Here's a throw downfield late. Ball's incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. Hardly unusual. It is a trophy that many aren't even aware exists, but Ohio State will once again take home the 2nd oldest trophy in the Big Ten, the Yellow Bucket. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 3rd-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Buckeyes will kick it away first. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The run to the left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse agrees. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
More to the air. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Keeps looking downfield. He's going to take off. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Fires to the wideout. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
The Ducks are way behind the sticks on this third and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Now improvising. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first third down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Complete out of the backfield. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Great place to start for this offense. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Oh, they're after him. Finds his big tight end. And he'll be brought down. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you can tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. They'll give it to him again. He breaks a tackle.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Gets it out fast. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, what a great play by that quarterback. There's so much space out here in football, the way they spread you out, but to be able to break on the football when it's thrown on those quick passes like that, nice job by the quarterback.
Motion from the wide receiver. Now the play fake. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
And he got just enough of that one. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
But see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. play of the quarter coming. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Moore will throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Caught in the backfield, it's Hughes. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Throws to the wideout. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, what great discipline by this defense. They didn't sit on route short. They take a shot down the field on third and short. Questionable shot, probably. Nice job being disciplined and getting the interception.
Yeah, just because you have the shot play called on third down like that as a quarterback, that doesn't give you the freedom to just throw it down there if he's not open. I think that time he forced it into traffic, and that's why it got picked off.
I know it was incomplete, but I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Off play action. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And I like the job by this defense. Seeing the play action, reading it, reacting to run. Then you got to convert to a pass rush. They do a really good job of it. Get to the quarterback and hit him as he's throwing the football.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And that's just a play that you have got to make if you're going to win this game. You're not going to get a lot of chances like that. You might not get another receiver that open for the rest of the season.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. Lots of running room. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike. We've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? From the gun, the running back has it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. To the ground with the back. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
Man, that's a tough one to swallow on defense. 3rd and long, you got him right where you want him. You know it's a pass coming. No, it's not. They fool you. They run the football. make a play. One of the most frustrating plays is the defensive guy.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Jumped the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the 5-yard step off, 1st and 15 for this offense. Motion from the wideout. From the gun, running back gets to give. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Makes the grab on the shuffle. They'll go with a quick touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. To the air, it's Sayin. Bringing the heat. And he just held on to the football too long, and the defense rode him out of bounds and forced the loss. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. That is no good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Listen, end of the first half, that's exactly what you want to do. You don't care about the incompletion. You're chucking that thing up, trying to make a big play, trying to get the Hail Mary.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
One more snap coming before halftime. Looking downfield on 1st down. He lobs one high down the left side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. Ducks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Coming out with it, it's Tate. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
The Buckeyes are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Fires to the middle. He makes a catch. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
The Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. On the move, it's Peoples. Turning it on! And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Grab near the marker. It's Smith. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd. They go back to work in the final period of this one. The give and tick, 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 tick. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
Dropping back, it's Sayin. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. starts a drive trying to go up top. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Well, I like the idea by the quarterback on that throw. He's just trying to spit it out to the perimeter quickly and give this guy a chance to advance it, but the accuracy was terrible. That was a circus-type catch for 0 gain.
Time to change now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. And the running back able to get his hands on it, but what he couldn't do is keep his feet in bounds. It's incomplete. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Moore to the air. Unloads to the right. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His 2nd big game-changing play in this football game.
1 to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see the #3 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Back to pass, it's back. Under fire. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
The give to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the big deflection on 3rd down forces a 4th down.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense, not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. The inside handoff. Oh, he's got a chance. Oh, a lot of space. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side.
Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see, the #3 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Buckeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. Wants to throw. It's Manning. It's complete to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
Unloads to the wideout. Pass is broken up, incomplete. But let's check out this penalty marker. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play. Looking to fire. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He's loose. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
They'll try to run for it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, this is a defense that prides themselves on stopping the run, and that is a huge statement on their opponent's opening drive of the game. 3rd and short, they don't just get a stop. They get a tackle for loss. That sends a very clear message that they're going to be the more physical side today.
The play action fake. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And this one will be stopped for no gain. It'll be 3rd and long. Trying play action. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking for a gap. It's Peoples. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. first down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, it's Sayin. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Here's a snap, ready to cut one loose. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Kick is in the air. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Pressure coming. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Spectacular layout and catch. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Looking to the big tight end. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll go to the ground. Plows through the defense.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Here comes the heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
They boot it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Off the play fake on 1st down. Got him downfield. There he goes. It's a seam wide open. And they finally... Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
What an individual effort that time, beating his guy and getting in the backfield and making the play. Ohio State has had so many dominant D-linemen in recent years, right? The Bosa brothers, Chase Young. You know those guys are watching this game. They're proud of what they just saw. This dude is a game wrecker.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
And now if this offense could go back, they'd be like, throw it away. You know, don't take the sack earlier in the downs because the scramble now puts you in a good 4th down situation. Interested to see what this offense does, but they got to stay away from those negative plays.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll move the tight end. Scanning the field, it's Sayin. There's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking for space. It's Peoples. He's pulled down right at the 42-yard line. 4th down coming, and might they roll the dice from their own territory. Quarterback making checks. Pulls it and fires to the left. Still running at the 40. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And man, that play looked a little bit too easy. 4th down, big situation. You got to get up on these receivers and make it difficult. He gets the football right away, gets all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with a little trickery. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. He'll do it himself. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's out of bounds a little bit short of the 40-yard line. Let's mark it at the 38, and the running game doing work.
I really love this guy running the option. I'll tell you, for years and years and years at Texas A&M, when it came to running the ball, it was mostly turning around and handing it off to a running back. But I like this new look. Getting the quarterback sprinkled into the running game as well, and doing it in the option game is something that I really think gives them a chance to have a different dimension in their offense. They're going to be so much more difficult to stop the more this guy carries the ball.
Rush is on him. The sure hands. It's Craver. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
They'll try the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Got a man. It's Concepcion. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Back to throw, it's Reed. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
Fires to the right. A strike downfield. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target.
Fires toward the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up.
A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're They're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. To the air, it's Sayin. Fires to the tight end. Wide open spaces. Now across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They're testing the right side here.
And you want to run the football. Well, then that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Grab behind the line. It's Peoples. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Uncorks one. Makes the grab. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Fires to the wideout. Got him, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and then put points on the board.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
And the extra point was good. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. On the move from inside his own 20. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
There he goes. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Aggies. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back to throw, it's Saying. Here's a hit. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
Second down, they'll go to the air. They're going to get him for a safety, trying to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Fires one high and deep. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
I love it. I'm never of the mindset, take a knee, go to the half, whatever, man. If I can try to find an opportunity to put some points on the board, I'm going to try to do it. I like the offense chucked it up, but, you know, an incompletion, who cares?
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Pressure is all over him, and he can't get it off. Down he goes, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Running back searching for a hole. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs closer to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle to prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Quickly complete. Turning on the Jets. He picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender. The Buckeyes are flying down the field.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play.
It's a running room. Gets away from one, finds room. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
I love this running back and the job he does once he has the ball in his hands on this screen pass. He was real patient. You got to allow these 300-pound offensive linemen to sort of collect themselves and stammer down the field and try to block some of these linebackers in DB.
Next going for the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Texas A&M. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space. Great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
Looking for a man. It's Reed. Not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for room. It's Peoples. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
The offense changing the play. Back to pass on second down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Finds the tight end. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. The quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Outside the pocket, lets it go. He's got an open man. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Quickly to the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation that's interesting, do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
That's a great play call by the offensive coordinator, because that play is essentially the extension of a sweep play. You're getting your running back an extra touch to the perimeter of the field, so now he can go to work in open space.
They'll try to get it through the air. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout ball, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. They could tie the game here with a field goal, but instead looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. Gotta have it here on 4th down. Trying to pick up the 1st out of the backfield. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's 4th down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down distance like that, comes up with a huge 1st down.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The negative play leaves them with 2nd and 12. The pull and throw off the RPO. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And here comes money down for this offense. Third down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
Using his legs to buy some time. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
You know, I think in this situation of the game, too, if I'm this guy, I'm thinking the same thing, right? I'm throwing and getting yards, and if it's not there, I'm going to take this game over myself with my legs. We're in the fourth quarter. We've got an opportunity, one possession down, to get back in this thing. I just got to do whatever I got to do to make that happen.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
What happened? What your ass say?
Now it's second and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run play action. Buys a little time. No, really close on that one as he got thrilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look at the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass, and dodged a bullet.
Quarterback may change this route. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down was not what they had in mind. Now they'll try it third and goal from the 8. Looking to throw it, say it. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there.
Well, y'all know how it go, man. I'm over here beating and stealing these niggas, man. Go ahead, put me in the playoff. I love way up there. We 5-1, boy. We 5-1. So. Yeah, we 5-1. We getting this shit done, yeah. Walking down, telling the ass to talking down. You ain't got nothing to talking down. Fucking.
About it. Breaking news. The deal is 4 years, $120.4 million and $30.1 million per year, which makes him the highest paid corner in the NFL. Sauce Gardner came in this league a first-team All-Pro in year 1 and 2, winning Rookie of the Year honors, and in my opinion, still is the best corner in the NFL. So yes, this is absolutely worth it for the New York Jets to extend Sauce Gardner. Now they got the face of their defense locked in until 2030, right there with their wide receiver of the future in Garrett Wilson. This is fantastic news, Jets fans. Sauce Gardner's locked up forever, as well as Garrett Wilson. Let's go! And a huge congratulations to Sauce individually, man. Very happy for Sauce Gardner. He deserved the bag, and I'm super excited to see what he looks like under Aaron Glenn this year. The best is yet to come for Sauce Gardner. Breaking news, folks. Sound off in the comments and let me know your thoughts, Jet Station. Let's go. Let's go. Sauce Gardner Wilson gets his contracts. Damn.
Well, I can't do nothing, but you just have to say what's well. You'll be okay. You ain't gonna die. Damn. know, I still love you.
It's a 1-on-1 situation, dude. Lost me and waiting on an open. And I ain't even unlocked the game yet. I'm just playing. I ain't even got to my full potential yet, bro. I'm really just playing. I'm just playing to win right now. You get your first natty real quick. I'm in the promotion phase. I'm ranked #1. These niggas can't hold me. I'm finna get me an natty. What's the number? Yeah, I'm finna get me an natty. Awesome.
everything we said yesterday applies to this doubly now. Like, no questions as soon as training camp opens. I flipped on NFL Network as soon as this news kicked off, and like the guy who was reporting, I think it was Rappaport, was just like, for the first time in a long time, the Jets don't have any issues coming into camp, right? Everything's done and dusted. We're delivered. Everybody's just ready to come here and play football. And it really has been so long since that's been the case, whether it's an Egypt trip or a rookie contract that hasn't been done yet, or like Willie won't he show up type business. Like, it has been so long since they can just show up and play football. And I think the thing to me that, like, the first thought that popped into my mind was just like, man, Aaron Glenn's not fucking around. Like, no, he means business here.
Yeah, I think that sums it up well. And look, we've been lightly joking around in this feed about this hypothetical joint press conference with comparable money for the comparable length of time right before training camp, and it's happening. They're signed up through the exact same year. They got it all done in concurrent days. It's done with like 10, 12 days to go before training camp, and this is what serious organizations do. You drafted 2 guys in the top 10. They both won Rookie of the Year. One has been an All-Pro twice already. One has been an 1,000-yard receiver 3 times already. You got ahead of the market, particularly with Garrett, but in a reasonable timeline with Sauce. You got it done at the same time. And think of the message that it sends to everyone in and around the league about how serious this team is operating now. Financially, this makes sense. On the field, this makes sense. From a business and a perception perspective, this makes sense. It's very rare the Jets do something that lines all of this up. These are exactly the kind of players you want to invest and build around, and to let the new regime proactively get this done and not go into the season, as you said, with this being a question throughout training camp. Are they on the bubble at the trade deadline? Is this going to drag? Are we hearing things being leaked to Athletic, no offense, Zach, or anywhere else? No, this is all done and tied up. And that is how you want to start year 1 for Aaron Glenn and Darren Bougie. And they have came in with a now that these 2 things are done and done in a timely manner and done at the money that we saw, and they're actually going to deliver on this joint presser, if you think about where the team was in late December, to be direct and assertive with Rodgers and saying, we're done, we're moving on from you, no hard feelings, you can go play somewhere else if you want. Same with Devontae Adams, moving past that era, past the Jeff Moving praising Hassan Reddick in front of everyone era, the AAU shit is over. We have to start rebuilding now. Moving past Rodgers, moving past Devontae, and our focus is on the future, which is our 3rd-year players, signing them a year or 2 early, and making it known that we take care of our own. And, Sauce, I said yesterday, Garrett at 95 to 99% approval, especially with the numbers. Sauce, my guess is it's like 80 to 85%. Sauce had a bit of a down year last year. I talked about this a lot on Sunday's pod. Still really damn good. Still has the talent and the ability to be a first-team All-Pro because he's done it twice already. I think the best thing possible for this guy is that he's playing for Aaron Glenn, Steve Wilkes, and not Robert Saleh. I think Bob Saleh and Sauce entered the friend zone by the time Saleh got fired, and I think having a guy really pushing him that you can be the best corner in the league. Physically, there's no reason he can't be. Can you travel a little bit? Can you get your hand on the football a little more? I think it's going to be the best thing for him, and I'm glad to see business taken care of, and I'm glad for this organization to be able to roll these guys out before the season starts, because I don't want to say the rest of the offseason was like bad, or like rudderless is the wrong word when you're picking up the pieces of such a disaster, but if you look at the full picture of move on from Rodgers, move on from Devontae, take care of Sauce, take care of Garrett, take care of Sherwood, take a good, reasonable swing on a bridge quarterback. Those are 5 serious adult moves. The rest is just details filtering around it, including, of course, drafting an offensive lineman in round 1. More specific, Sauce thoughts, PK, where's your head at?
So I would love for somebody to follow around Aaron Glenn during training camp with like an umpire counter, just counting up how many times he says, if I was built like you, if I had the gifts you had, right? Because that's going to be the tagline superstar like Sauce Gardner. So I think there's nowhere to go but up from here. You had to do it. You gave him $100,000 more in AAV than Stingley got, so he's
Penny and I love it.
yeah, exactly. So like he kind of checked every box. It's the first two players that have ever been extended after 3 years under the current CBA by the Jets. So it represents a new way of doing things for the Jets. And I think to your point, right? Like I would say we as a collective mean.
Extra money across the video with guys talking about how much money he made on DoorDash. So I think I give it a shot. And I'm so glad I did. Get it started. It's super easy. Thanks to DoorDash, I'm on my boss. I get to make my own schedule. Cancel it out. Go where I want to go. And I get to keep 100% what I did.
All of us that stand behind mics here at Badlands and a lot of our listeners as well have kind of been of the line of like, man, like he's pretty young. Is he ready for this job? The hires have not been super inspiring. Like, so we've kind of been towing that line of like, we don't want to fall in love too quickly with Muji. But again, if you zoom out, you go back to the beginning of the offseason, what we said, like the three pillars he needed to get done were they needed to make a decision on Aaron Rodgers, one way or the other. We probably could have talked ourselves into either one, but they needed to make the call. They needed to extend Garrett, and they needed to extend Sauce, and they got those three pillars done in pretty short order before training camp when these things tend to get uglier. And then you mentioned kind of the three tier B moves of getting a bridge quarterback in Justin Fields, extending Sherwood, and moving on from Devontae Adams as well. So like those are six really, like you said, your words, big boy moves that they handled without any drama. Nothing weird happened. It was just done in a professional business-like manner before the deadline. And so we'll go into training camp with a clean slate. So purely from an evidence-based standpoint, you really cannot complain about anything Darren Muji has done yet.
No, it's been very, as you said, business-like, straightforward. And look, this doesn't mean that the Jets aren't still going to have a hard time stopping the run. It doesn't mean that they still don't have some question marks at receiver, but that's going to be a little bit of a multi-year process at some of those spots. And you're not getting better without Sauce Gardner and without Garrett. Keeping them at the money they did, that's how you start building that foundation. Ideally, the other components of this foundation are Fashiono or Membu, Mason Taylor, put in still here, of course. There's other pieces that are going to be part of the Jermaine, McDonald. They'll get their money in due time, maybe Simpson, maybe ABT. But these are always going to be the guys that you live with due to their position, due to their production. And there's, I don't buy any argument that having guys this talented are not winning football players. I'm yet to see anything that convinces me that either of these two aren't. Of course, Sauce needs to be more physical. They need Sauce from 2 years ago, from 3 years ago. First, the guy they got in the first half of last season. We started to see signs of him again in the back half of the year. And again, I think the coaching staff is going to serve him well. And people get mad about the golf and some of the tweeting stuff. At the end of the day, these are easy guys to root for on and off the field. And football is supposed to be a fun and enjoyable sport with likable players on the team that you can follow for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. That's how you become a fan. It's part of becoming a fan. It's why we get on this thing and we talk about guys like Darrell Reeves and Antonio Cromartie and Keyshawn Johnson and Wayne Kirkpatrick and all the guys that we liked growing up. And these guys have to get the wins still to go with that, but they're young. And they've had Zach Wilson and Robert Saleh and Nate Hackett and Jeff Ulbrich as their coaches. Let's see them with the new regime. And if you're a Jet fan, I think you feel better now. A little, if you were questioning the Muji stuff, like you said, he's young. Who's around him? Is he ready for this? I think I feel a lot better now knowing how that they were able to get this done. It's very easy for a young GM to let this slip through the cracks and not take it seriously enough and be like, we'll figure it out in a few months. We don't have to wait. Let's let it wait. Look at what's going on in Washington right now with our dear friend Lance Newberg. I saw not the most pleasant quotes from Terry McLaurin today. They're coming off this amazing year. He's Jaden Daniels' top target. And what are we talking about? How annoyed he is with the team that he hasn't got beat. That's usually the Jets in that situation, right? 3 weeks from now, Garrett Wilson saying he's annoyed with the team. Sauce Gardner's annoyed with the team. We don't have to deal with that now. So we expected Sauce, right? I think everyone that we were talking to had a feeling this was going to happen around this time. And then once Garrett happened yesterday, it felt like a matter of hours. So I can't say I was shocked shocked, especially with some of the numbers we discussed already, but to have it actually done and to know that they can do that joint presser like this weekend and then have a few days and get right into camp, it's good. It's the right vibes, the right energy going into the season, and I'm interested to see what comes next now. Can they tie up the Mason Taylor thing? How do they make some minor tweaks to the roster? But knowing you got your two cornerstones, it's been a long time since they had this kind of, situation. I guess it was like, when you drafted Brick and Mangold in the same year, and after a few years you sort of realized they were going to be here for about a decade, and it's not apples to apples, but it's kind of close to it. And they ended up sort of being part of that core four with Harris and Revis, and then some of the supporting pieces that got around it. You hope this is the beginning of that with some of the other young guys we discussed.
And this is going to be, they're going to be tied at the hip forever now. Yeah. Because they not only play kind of opposite positions, offense and defense, they're going to go against each other in practice. They're going to be on the exact same timeline now. They both are kind of making about the same money, so these guys are kind of forever tied together in Jets history now, which is fun. I do want to go back to the...
Because of the pressure, because of the hit on the quarterback, it affected the velocity, it affected the accuracy of the throw. Defense comes away with a huge takeaway.
Makes the grab. It's ball.
Watch full video on Reinsured app. Download now.
Complaints about Sauce Gardner for a second, right? So, you want to complain about his poor attempts at tackling last year? Fine, that's fair. The Twitter, golf, video game, Aiden Ross, streaming stuff, I get that it can annoy you as a man who's almost 40. I don't understand that. It's a little bit, beyond my scope of understanding of the rules. So, I get it being mildly annoying, but to present that as a problem is unfair, right? This is not Deshaun Watson, Greg Hardy, Ray Rice. This is a completely different stratosphere. The things that Sauce Gardner is, getting into off the field are, very innocent, fun things, and, will never cause him any trouble. It can be frustrating when he's not tackling, but when he is tackling, when he is taking the ball away, and when he is putting the product on the field that we expect to see from him, none of that stuff is a problem, right? So that only tends to become a problem when the play on the field suffers, and it's really not something that I think needs to be discussed in the frame of this contract extension, right? This is a guy that you want to keep around. He's, as recently as last offseason, on the record saying, I don't even really go on vacation in the offseason. I just stay at the center and train, right? So this is exactly the type of person, along with Darren Wilson, that you want to pay. And like you said, it's a great kind of starting point to the next cluster, which, like you said, hopefully will be Will McDonald and Jermaine Johnson and the two bookend tackles and maybe the guards as well. And then you can even look further down the road and say, is Malachi Moore the guy in 3 or 4 years that as these contracts are starting to sundown, and then he's the next guy to step up and get paid. So once you can get that machine running where you're just extending your own players, you don't have to go out into free agency every year and reel in these big fish. That puts you in a much better position as a franchise. So we've heard a lot of talk about changing the culture in the last several years, but these are the first signs of how we're actually doing it. We're trying to put a foundation.
Yeah, I mean, taking care of your homegrown talent, and the Jets have been generally quiet going about their business this offseason. And look, whenever a new regime starts, it's kind of a common trope. It's new guys are not making anything. They're keeping all the information guarded, and they've done a good job of that. And I think they've also been proactive in saying we want to be quiet and we want to be off the radar. So it's too much for everybody the past 2 years. We don't want to be this primetime AAU team anymore. We're going to clean up the messy parts of last year, and we're going to take the money we have, and we're going to go pay our own guys, and then we'll build on top of that going forward. So, a very eventful first half of the week for Jet fans. The news like this in back-to-back days, it's been a bit since we've had emergency pod sector this. Now, we're going to record a little later tonight. We can catch our breath. There's a ton of questions in Discord we're going to dig into. Again, I remind everyone, if you're watching this on YouTube and getting 40% of the stuff we're publishing on Patreon, which is patreon.com/badlandsDOJ, there'll be more reaction to this from Will tonight. Connor will be on the feed tomorrow night talking about Garrett, talking about Sauce, talking about some analytics. We'll get on some of the questions, look at the bigger picture. But my immediate reaction, and I'll wrap with this and I'll let you wrap, is similar to what I said Sunday. I anticipated this happening, but anticipating it happening and then seeing it actually happen is a different thing. There's been a lot of times I thought the Jets were going to do something, and either they didn't do it or it took way longer for them to do it than I thought they would. The direct and quickness they move with to handle the Rodgers-Devontae situation, getting Fields done when we all expected it early in the league year period, and then getting these done in the first half of July, not in like late August. All very good signs. I think objectively, I think you're really reaching if you're complaining, because the cap goes up every year. These are market deals, and with Garrett probably slightly under a market deal, and they didn't go crazy with Sauce getting him up Stingley. They got him up just to the smallest dollar amount possible that they could, and there'll be 3 other people who get paid more than him within the next year. I think you're reaching if you're complaining about this too. This is not me saying the Jets are going 11-6 this year. This is me saying if you want this regime to succeed, these were things that needed to happen, and they happened.
There's beauty in the mundane, right? It's one thing to say that this is what should happen. It's another thing when it does actually happen and it happens on the right timeline. And I think as Jets fans, we've almost come to expect the shoe to drop at some point. And like, yeah, we know Sauce and Garrett should get done before training camp, but like, we're going to say we expect it, but there's always that thing in the back of our mind. It's like, man, what if this gets ugly, right? And so there's a lot of beauty in just things happen when they're supposed to happen, and kind of being a boring organization that just does the right thing. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy they didn't wait for Terry to get paid, because then you have to kind of change what you're doing with Garrett once there's another blueprint for a contract out there. So again, a lot of right things were done about this, and it'll just be really nice to go into training camp without the specter of anything hanging over us. The vibes at that press conference are going to be insanely high, and then day one of training camp is going to be just football. Like, let's just go play. So there's really a lot of beauty in that. It's a good day to be a Jet.
Thank you everybody for listening, and we will very much be talking to you soon.
Open a Chime checking account in 2 minutes. We'll spot you up to $200 for the new year and beyond. Apply now. Idling sign up.
Nice poise by the quarterback. Here's a big 3rd down throw. You want to push the ball vertically down the field, but if the defense takes it all away, check the ball down. Get it to your running back and let him go do the work and move the sticks for you.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Flags flying as the pass is incomplete. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Gators are on the move. To the air, it's Radway. Finds his target down the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
You're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right.
Oh, it's picked up. That's not the start they hoped for. He was trying to get that return going instead of handing to his offense at the 38.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his 2nd pick throw in this game.
Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 36 for the 1st down.
All right, we look at here. The defense was feeling really good about their run game coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point. But finally, David, the offense breaks through, and they finally generate something positive.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Got room to work. Really good running gets into the red
typically I'm always like, hey, let's get the third down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the first down on second down. We don't need third downs.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Dropping back. It's Saying. He's got it on the line. Brought down after the catch at the 4-yard line. Then it'll be 1st and goal. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. A 1st down run on the red zone. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Tries again to get it in.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
On to attempt the try. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're on a touchdown and an extra point. A pretty short drive there, covering 38 yards. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Off-play action on 1st down. Hit as he throws. Complete downfield. They bring him down at the big play. Won't move the sticks.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. To throw, it's Flagway. Pulls it in, it's Webb. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the 1st down, stops the clock, and has them on the move trying to get the late score. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, they give to the back. Got it in for the 1st, and he's still going. And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that win. Right back to the well. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Now 2nd down, and it's as if this crowd senses they can help them get a huge stop using the quick game. Stop is made at the 8, but it'll be enough to set up a 1st and goal. Now they've got to hustle to the line against 2nd. They'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Webb. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throwing catch.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to...
Touchdown, Gators! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
Great job though, still beats me if I go for a two-point conversion.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll leave it with it. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
You need points to win this game, but it's a good sign that your offensive line is firing off the ball here late and getting some push. That was a really good-looking run late in this one.
Looking downfield, it's Saying. It's incomplete. This sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. He hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like a not play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot. We're watching how they're hitting the double.
They've got it on the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Fights off the defender. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first one.
Carrying the ball with attitude down to the 42. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Looking to buy time. On the run, deep down the right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Decisions. If you're the quarterback right now, that's the most important thing. You cannot put the football in harm's way. Tie football game, late, but with these timeouts in your back pocket, you've got an opportunity to drive the field and win this thing. You just cannot throw the ball to the other team.
They'll try to power their way ahead. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. The Buckeyes back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He wants to change this route. Looking for a man. It's Saying. Throws to the wideout. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. The defense was looking for a huge play in this tie game, and they have just given their team a great opportunity.
I think, Reese, at this point of the game, tied late, it's going to come down to who can make the most plays. The defense comes up with a massive play, creating that turnover. Outstanding job by the D. All 11 guys being on the same page, now putting their offense in great position.
Try to get some momentum going on 1st and 10. Use the play fake down the throw. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
I like where the quarterback got because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his running back and maybe put a positive spin on this play instead of an incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hansen. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still not short of the 1st down.
Oh my
Now
God.
snapped it from the gun on 3rd down. Snag And with the extra point, the score is now
That would
21
have
to 14.
boy. Yeah, that's not looking.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. To the air, it's Saying. The throw to the outside is complete. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring it for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
It's gone. Stop right at the 2-yard line after the captain. It'll be first down and goal to go. Defense going to use a timeout here to make sure everyone is crystal clear on their assignment here in overtime. First and goal, down a touchdown. They have to get it in the end zone. QB draw. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. To the air on second down. That's got it. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Third and goal, and they have to find a way to get a touchdown. They'll try to pass it in on third and goal. Can't make it grab as he was going for 6 right there.
We know about this running back's versatility. He's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
He's looking to throw. Complete. And looking for the first down. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They got it, and an extra point away from the tie.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
And that time, the extra point. One extra period didn't get it done, and we start the second OT. He might want another play. Looking downfield, it's Saying. Fires deep toward the end zone. If he runs this back, this game's over.
That QB might want to register as a 501c3. With the amount of donations he is making to the other team right now, interception number 4 now, putting his team in a bad position time and time again. We might want to start thinking about a change.
First down, and they'll win it with any kind of score here in overtime. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. To the ground, he's got it again. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up the first without scoring. They'll give it to him. And maybe he'll get extending the play.
Somebody they let this one run around.
He was able to skirt his way into the end zone, David, to win this game.
And that's why I want the ball second guilty. I know exactly what I need to go get it done. They take it down.
Oh, we ain't gonna talk about how they just made him launch the ball to the back of the end
That's
zone.
going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching